Hey, hey, hey there. Welcome to this week's edition in the Launch Your Business Builders course. And we're going to be talking about Girl, Get to Silver with the recent Rachel Hollis. Girl, wash your face. Basically, just get up and do it. We've kind of taken that same concept on how to get to silver. Just get up and do it. My name is Missy Crocker. I am a gold with doTERRA, and today we're going to discuss how to get to silver in a reasonable amount of time. Here are a couple things we will go over. What exactly is silver? What does that look like, and how can you get there? We'll be talking about some simple steps during this video on how to follow a rank planner to help you get there. Planning is key, but not getting in the stuck in the act of planning. But make sure you are doing what you're planning, right? So let's take just a couple minutes of your time to let you know about me so you can get to know me a little better. Again, my name is Missy Crocker, and I started using doTERRA essential oils back in 2015. It was actually not a choice of mine. I was suffering with a little bit of infertility with my second child, so I knew the mechanics were okay, and everything was kind of set the same as the first go about with my first son. But for some reason, we weren't having any success. A little did I know that that had a lot to do with my emotions. And so after being introduced to doTERRA essential oils, I wasn't necessarily working on fertility right off the bat. I wasn't necessarily a believer in the product yet. But I did know that lavender helped me sleep, and some of the other oils helped me control my anger and stress, balance for anxiety, wild orange to uplift my moods. Simple solutions. And then months later, my second son, Brady, was born, and now I have two little cowboys, Ty and Brady, and they are both my little oil babies. So shortly after I gave birth to Brady, I'm talking days after, he had some issues with jaundice and some other things going on, so we were stuck in the hospital for a little bit. That is when I started building my doTERRA business. And in fact, I built the majority of my business within the hospital and within the first 9 months of having Brady, and that is how long it took me to get to silver. I got to silver in 9 months, and that is just because I had no excuses. I just got up. I had faith that everything was going to work out accordingly, and I just did it, and I shared my story with everybody else. And so today we're going to talk about simple steps on how you can do the same. The only difference in between you and I is that I did not have these resources. doTERRA.com has a wealth of resources, including the train guide that we're going to talk about today. And these are things that I did not have, but because I had no excuses, I did it anyway. But today we're going to make it a little bit easier on you and talk about some tools within the train guide to help you get to silver. All right. Enough about me. Let's talk about you and how, girl, you can get to silver. Because in this video, that is actually going to be what we're talking about and is going to be our number one goal to convey to you. And so we're going to help you master some tools that are within the train guide. You'll find that the train guide is located on doTERRA.com within the Empowered Success section. We will link the train guide somewhere in this general vicinity so you can have quick access to it. As well as linking some other tools that we're going to be talking about here in just a second. The train guide was actually developed from about 10 successful people that are in leadership roles with doTERRA. And so it is a very trusted guide that we hope that you utilize and incorporate into the business. So we want to help you get to silver. We want to help you rebuild to silver if you have fallen back, and we want to help you inspire others on how to get to silver simply. We want you to master this train guide. So we're going to challenge you. Instead of sitting back and just thinking about all the things that are possible, we are actually going to challenge you to take action. We sometimes say that ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. That is so awesome. And that's how we want you to build to silver. You don't have to be perfect. All you have to do is be willing to go out there and get it done. So get out there and take action. Are you doing doTERRA or are you just learning doTERRA? There are some simple steps into doing doTERRA, which is preparation, inviting, presenting, enrolling, and supporting. And if you do all of these things, we're going to see you at the next leadership. So the key word here is doing. We're not learning. If you're building a doTERRA business, you are actually doing. So that brings us to an important point within the train guide. What you see right here is actually a page within the train guide, and you can check out this page and look at what we call pipes. This pipes page right here also recommends some self-development tools that you'll notice on the bottom left-hand corner of this page. And I have went ahead and added the Girl Wash Your Face book to these development guides, because let's just face it, if you're not developing yourself along the way, then you're not going to be able to turn that into encouraging others, right? So personal development is so important in this business. And I find that if you are not doing personal development yourself, then your business will actually stall. So don't forget, as you're training others and encouraging others to learn about the oils, you're also encouraging yourself. Let's see, I got out of order here. Okay, so let's talk about the pipes image in the middle of this graphic within the train guide. These are the principles to building a doTERRA business. And while preparing is super important and self-development is super important and supporting your team is super important, if you're not doing the business by inviting, presenting, and enrolling, you actually have no business at all. The magic is actually in the middle, and that's where your business is actually going to grow. And that's what's going to get you the freedom. That's where you're going to accomplish those dreams that are on your vision board. Remember, we've talked about that vision board. Dreams are not going to happen without doing this middle part, the invite, present, and enroll. It's easy to get stuck in the first parts of the pipe or the last parts of the pipe, especially if you're an introvert. You want to sit at home and just prepare and prepare and prepare, but you never put those things into action. On the flip side, on the end of the pipe, sometimes you sit there and you support and you support and you stay on Facebook all day long, and you forget that you have to invite people to classes, you have to hold the classes, and you have to enroll people that are at the classes. Don't even get stuck spending a whole lot of time right here where you're watching this video. Don't get attached to the hottest trends and the ways other people are doing all the things. Just stay close to the foundations. Prepare, invite, present, enroll, and support. Steer clear of anything that just sucks your time away from you. Stay in the mode of action. You will never hit silver if you don't get out of these stagnant prepare and support roles, because action is where you're going to hit silver. So the other thing that we're going to talk about real quick is that you got to take ownership in your business. Well, shoot. You got to take ownership in your business. Treat it like your business. It's not your upline's business. It's not your crosslines business. It's not your downline's business. It's not even heaven's business. Of course, you can't get there without some help from up above. But sure, if you don't act, if you don't take action, nothing will happen. doTERRA truly is a place where dreams come true, but you're the one that has to do the work, take the action to get that place built up so you can build something amazing. And we'll talk about what the value of this business really is. So here we talk about treat it like your own business. If you're an employee of a business, You're just going to be trading time for dollars. You're going to have effort based and you're going to have short-term rewards. You're going to have activities directed by others and you're going to be building others people's dreams. If you're an entrepreneur building a doTERRA business, you're going to have lasting residual income, asset-based long-term rewards. You're going to have direct results to your own activities and you're going to build your own dreams, empower others to build theirs. This is a quote that I really like. To be successful, you have to have your heart in your business and your business in your heart. To me, every time I feel stuck, it's because I've gotten out of my heart and into my head. The only way I can build this business is with my heart fully in it. Always remember why you started doing doTERRA in the first place and make sure that is what you're sharing. So if we're going to build a doTERRA business, we've got to ask ourselves, are we going to put it on Main Street and be proud of it? Represent it well and make it something that's attractive to people? Or are we going to stick it down the side alley and hide it from everyone and hope that someone happens to stroll down there? We're not likely going to find the kind of leaders we're looking forward to down the streets of a dark alley. We want bold, vibrant leaders. And if we want to find them, we've got to put ourselves out there. We've got to have a business on Main Street, and we've got to treat it like a serious business. This business and the doTERRA company is ran by truly serious people with a big mission and big hearts. You don't get to build a multi-billion-dollar company by accident. They've made all the right decisions at the right time, and we are just simply the benefactors of that. You have got this chance to join forces with people like that, and a company that allows you to give back, to serve, and do meaningful things to bless other people's lives and earn a living at doing it. You've got to create that big storefront, and you've got to be unafraid of making your business work. Shout it from the rooftops. I love network marketing. I love what it's done for me. I love what it's done for other women and families. It's creating an equal opportunity, an opportunity that we don't have to do. We can't do in the corporate world. To earn over six-figure incomes or seven-figure incomes is unheard of for women in the corporate world. So don't get too stuck on the fact that network marketing doesn't work. It's just simply because you might be putting it in that dark alley. Be proud of it. Be proud of what's going on because we're actually changing the world. You need to understand the rules of your business to be truly successful as well. Know your back office. Know how you get paid. Know how to run an effective class, how much volume you need to achieve rank, etc. Just like simply if you had a brick and mortar on Main Street, you know that address, you know what time you open, you know what your customer base is. Now, we all may not be able to have a storefront on Main Street, but you get the point here. You can't run any sort of business if you're just hiding it in the dark alley. So no matter how you choose to run your doTERRA business, just do it boldly and take action. So I heard a pretty mind-blowing fact the other day, and I'm going to try to summarize it the best way I can. So here it goes. Let's talk about what business is really worth. I remember sitting in a class thinking, remember when you're younger, you sit in a class and you're like, if I only had $1 million, life would be crazy, right? I can retire comfortably. My kids would be set. Well, in this day and age, that isn't the thing anymore. It just doesn't really happen. As many of you probably know from this, because you're from the same generation as me and have had the same thoughts. We all know that we start off with the B. That's our birth. And G for graduation. And then on the other side, we have R for retirement. Then we have our golden years. And then D for death. In between G and R is when we work. The life expectancy in our country is around 81 for women and 76 for men. Well, that leads us to only about 11 to 15 years on average to be able to enjoy what we have built between G and R. Of course, ours will be longer because of doTERRA products, right? But the reality is we've got people at the age of 50 that have an average savings account after working from G to R of only $42,000. 75% of those people at the age of 50 years old then only have about $5,000 in the bank of disposable income. That's not going to work anymore. 90%, 98% of retirees are dependent on their family, the government, friends, and they're still working. Those are the people you see doing most of the little jobs around town just to make ends meet. Believe me, there's nothing wrong with this. But what if we can change these circumstances for a better? Wouldn't you be willing to share that opportunity with the world and work your fanny off to make your golden years much longer, much more fruitful, and maybe your difference between your G to R even much more quality? So when people tell you you're crazy for trying network marketing, you look at them and say, really? Because the way you're doing things, you have a 2% chance of success. That's the percentage of people who succeed under our current models that we consider normal for our employment, which is go to school, get a job, work for 40 years, retire, and figure out how to survive during our golden years. It's not too late to change that. So here's how we're going to change it. I just want to give you a little snapshot. So a lot of people think, well, I've got to be a presidential diamond to make doTERRA worth it. Well, we're going to show you just right here that it is worth it. You don't have to be a presidential diamond. All you have to be is really a silver and to make a big impact. Let's talk about the asset value of some of these ranks. A good silver monthly averages around $2,200 a month. And then you can multiply that by 12 for an annual income, and that's about $26,600 a year, give or take, depending on your other bonuses that you get paid out. And then you could divide that by 0.05 because we're going to assume that our savings in the bank would give us about a 5% return. And if I divide that annual earning by 0.05, it basically tells me that what I would have to have sitting in the bank to earn the same residual income as a silver does is $520,000 sitting in the bank. Now, the average time to reach silver is about 6 to 9 months if you're hitting it hard and effectively. So what's easier? Getting to the rank of silver or putting $520,000 in your bank in 6 to 9 months? All right, so I don't know about you, but I don't have $520,000 rolling around in my change bin in my car. It might just be easier just to pony up, start sharing my oils, reach the rank of silver, and see what happens after that. But you can tell the numbers make total sense. So the tools we're going to be using this week so you can achieve silver quicker than you think are the rank planner that is found in the train guide. So let's break it down just a little bit. So silver is $9,000 overall in volume, and that's decided amongst 3 business builders. You're going to want to strive to get 3 business partners to help each of those business partners achieve the rank of elite. Elite is going to be simply just $3,000 in operating volume each. So it's important for you to understand and read the requirements to get to silver. All 3 of these leaders are going to need to hit elite at the same time or at the same month, every month, for you to continue getting paid silver payout. And if you want to continue getting paid silver payout, these leaders will need to repeat that every month. How can we help them plan to get to elite? This is also in your train guide. It's called a rank planner. First, you need to identify who your 3 builders are, and maybe you have them ready, maybe you don't, and you're still trying to find them. If you're still trying to find them, I do suggest making a list of 100, which is explained in another video, and trying to figure out what the best possible plan is to find those 3 builders. Be bold in asking others to lead with you. Approach those you can see yourself working with that might be just as eager as you. All right, you got to fill out and identify your 3 leaders. You know you've got to have $3,000 in volume on each leg. So that's your goal. So let's help the first leader get to elite, Pat. Pat already has $1,800 in volume, but needs $1,200 more to reach her goal of elite. We are going to determine how many classes Pat needs to have in order to achieve her goal. We'll figure that each class will warrant, on average, about 400 PV in volume. So this puts Pat at needing to schedule at least 3 classes or contacts that would help Pat get to 400 PV for each contact. Does that make sense? So now we know that we've got to focus, and this gives us a clear path to what we need to do. Now we just got to go ahead and schedule those classes and one-on-ones. So it's super important that you know when you're open for business, like we talked about being a business on Main Street, right? Turn it on, know your numbers, make it happen. So what I'm going to encourage you guys to do is to find those 3 builders and fill out this rank planner as you see here to know what you need to do to help get them to silver. If you do not have 3 clear defined leaders, that is okay. Just go ahead and put up at the top to be determined. If you have 3 legs, go ahead and fill out the associated volume underneath. And then you can figure out what you need to do to hit the rank of silver by putting yourself in those other 2 places. So this is going to be your assignment to fill out the rank planner and post in the comments below. And I'm just going to say, girl, get it done. If you remember, if you don't have these builders, then you just put unknown and then put $3,000 needed volume and how many classes you think you're going to have to do to create that volume. Remember, you're in charge of your business. You will have all week to do this, and very soon we'll have a drawing for an amazing gift for all of those who participate. Just take a picture of your sheet and post it in the comments. And if you don't want anybody to see the names or numbers, just edit them in your phone or put a little sticky note over the data. Just get it done. Take action. So this is the action that needs to be taken. And in recap, fill out the rank planner. Evaluate how many classes are needed to get them done, get them in the books. Where can you fill in the gaps with the one-on-ones? Don't spend a bunch of time preparing, although things do need to be scheduled and planned. But after that, just get out there and do them. Don't wait for somebody to do it for you. Take ownership. Do it your way and own it. Thank you for spending some time here to learn how to grow your business. My hope is for you to realize your potential, do what works for you, utilize your goals, do the fundamentals, and girl, just get to silver.